Got a nice big box. I got this from Miniature Marketplace, which is in St. Louis, Missouri, on the other side of the state from me. Mainly it's still in the box because I wanted to show you here. If you can see it, I'll zoom in on it, hopefully. 10 pounds. 10 pounds of gaming goodness. The Cold Steel Tie-Light, crisp blade, 6-inch blade. Get it all in the frame there. Yeah. Let's open this guy up. See what it is. I mean, you know what it is because I'm sure there's a thumbnail and a title, but you know. Oh my goodness. Oh! Yes. Ugh. 10 pounds. So the 10 pounds is not made of packing material. It's very well packed with the air pillows. So good job on Miniature Market there. There it is. The Pathfinder role-playing game for Savage Worlds Ultimate Core box set. It's very cool. Let's open it up and see what... Look how big this thing is. I mean, you know, this is a 6-inch blade. What is that? 4 inches? 3.5, 4 inches? There's the back. It comes with a huge amount of stuff. The box, well, you can see the price there. There we go. I did not pay that, not by a long shot. Here's the stuff that comes in it. Hopefully all this is in beautiful 4K. So it comes with a ton of stuff, as you can see. Let's open it and see it all. That is a heavy box. It's a very heavy duty box, nice and thick, like a good high quality game box. So that's not a thin, you know, that's heavy duty stuff. That'll last. Alright. So right on top, we have a map of the inner sea, which is also shrink wrapped. Now, for some background, I don't have a whole lot of gaming stuff on my channel, especially Pathfinder stuff. But I played a lot of 3 and 3.5 D&D. And 4th Ed came out. I wasn't a big fan of 4th Ed. And then Paizo put out Pathfinder. I've been playing Pathfinder. I played Pathfinder 1. I've recently got into Pathfinder 2. I played the Pathfinder card game, of which I have a video or two on here I will link. So yeah, this is a nice big poster map. Very similar to what came in the Inner Sea World Guide. Probably the exact same map. Looks like it might be slightly larger. I played Pathfinder card game. I've even played a few games of Starfinder, and I've played organized play variants of all of those. So I'm really into Pathfinder. I've been playing Savage Worlds, and I've been playing in a Monster Hunter International game online on Roll20 with a couple of my Pathfinder friends. Next we have templates. So we've got a medium blast, a large blast, a cone template. There are 3 sheets in there. Oh, look at this. Here's all of our conditions. Shaken, fatigue, vulnerable, defend, wound, bound, distracted. I'm kind of curious now what the middle one is. So we got tokens. Oops, I just popped one loose. Those are double-sided. There's the back side of the templates. Here's some more tokens and some more templates. Extra medium blast, a stream template, and several small blast templates. Very cool. And I really like how the box is organized. Look at this. It's got almost a liner in it, you know, like a lot of the board games have. So on top here we've got a bunch of the card decks it comes with. A quick chase deck, which has 54 cards in there. Status cards, 10, 20, 30, 40, probably another 54 cards, status cards, which looks like some of those things: wounded, distracted, hold. I'll open these up and kind of go through them. Power cards. This isn't focusing, is it? 65 cards in here. So powers in Savage Worlds, this is going to be like your spells. Obviously, there's Kyra right there casting a spell. So these are like spells, supernatural abilities. The action deck, and it's a larger, this action deck is bigger. These are like regular cards, feels like. These are a little bit bigger, maybe tarot sized. Oh, this is how you do initiative. So initiative is interesting in Savage Worlds. You draw poker cards, and that puts you in initiative. It's very interesting. And even though I've been playing in that Monster Hunter game for like a year and a half, I really don't know a lot of the mechanics. That's one thing I'll say about Savage Worlds, is playing it is actually very easy. Once you kind of get the basics down, it plays like a lot of the other games. I think for the GM, there might be a little bit more behind the scenes stuff. So this has something in it. I almost tossed it off to the side, assuming that was just empty cardboard, but no. Look at that. Archetype card set 1. Hopefully this stuff is in focus. There it goes. Archetype cards. I'm curious about this. Ancestry, hindrances, edges, class feature, gear. So these are like, these might be your classes, the actual classes. That was interesting that it came in that little box. This one actually is empty. You can see right through it. Okay. Who knows how I'm going to be able to put all this back together. These are Benny tokens. These are actual heavy poker chips. And it looks like they got Pathfinder art on it. There's the pretty much famous core rulebook cover. There's like 25 of these in here. So that's cool. Those are Benny tokens. Bennies are like, you can use them for re-rolls, things like that. These are, I'll go ahead and open these. Take one out. What are these? These are like hit point tokens. 0, yeah, 20 down to 0. See if they're kind of all that way. They all have the, looks like maybe they got the same art. Yeah, they all have the same art. And they're all, yeah, they're all 0 to 20. So these must be like just hit point trackers or turn trackers or however you want to use them. We'll see if there's, we'll flip the box over when I get everything out and see if my guesses here are correct. It came with some dice, a D20, a D10, 12, a 6, a 4, and 8. So it's your regular set, although only one D10, and then it's got a special D6. This must be the wild die. Has a dragon there on the 6. So in Savage Worlds, you can have exploding die. When you roll your top number, you roll it again and again and again if it keeps going, and you can get some crazy damages that way. Okay. I want to make sure after this one had stuff in it, I want to make sure that I'm not leaving anything behind. All right. Now what's this? This looks like the Game Master screen, and Hollow's Last Hope is an adventure. And I've only played Savage Worlds online on Roll20. I'm debating on if I will get it on Fantasy Grounds, which I love, or I also have Foundry, and they've got rules for Savage Worlds and Pathfinder Savage Worlds. Definitely in Fantasy Grounds. They might have it in Foundry as well. So this looks like the adventure. Yes. So here's the module, Hollow's Last Hope, which was one of the earlier Pathfinder adventures. And this is the GM screen. It's your classic tri-panel, but it's in their kind of interesting smaller format. And it's got combat situational rules, damage, injury table, fear table, social conflict, reaction table, schools of magic, new special abilities, object hardness table. And then on the back we've got 3 different pieces of art for your players to look at while you have that set up. And I'm looking forward to using that because it's not as tall as the normal GM screens, and sometimes it's, you have to stand up and look over those. The books, okay, they're hardcover books. That's nice. They're in the standard Savage Worlds size, which again is a little bit smaller format compared to like the actual Pathfinder books. Here's the bestiary. 128 pages. It's got all the Pathfinder art. It looks exactly like, you know, Pathfinder first edition series book. It's got a little bit, the tabs over here, a little bit more Savage Worlds-ish. And of course, obviously, you know, it's got, they packed a lot of information in there. You'll notice it doesn't really have stat blocks. I mean, they do have stat blocks, but they are just kind of, they've done a good job of condensing whatever the Pathfinder 1 Bestiary book is, like 300 some odd pages. They've crammed it down to 128. And it's got all the good art. And here's the core rules. It's got the cover of the core rule book on it. Now, it's a lot smaller than the core rule book. I'll do some comparisons here in a bit. 256 pages compared to 360 or 400 in the actual Pathfinder book. Now, one thing I do understand from this is when you buy this, you can buy this box set and you're good to go. In the core rulebook, it has the Savage rules as well. You don't have to get the separate rulebook just for this. Some of the other, like the Monster Hunter book, you know, it's just the Monster Hunter stuff. It doesn't have, and it's got its specific rules, but it doesn't have the Savage rules core rules in it. But this apparently does. So, but yeah, it like I said, again, it looks very much like a Paizo produced book as far as all the art and the layout and the colors. Oh, it's got a couple. No, it looks like it's got more than a couple. It's got 3 ribbon bookmarks. Look at this. It's got a red, a black, and a yellow ribbon bookmarks. So that's really cool to be able to mark those. I wanted to compare the size of some of the books first. So here's the Savage Worlds core rulebook. The hardbound copy is about $40. You can get it cheaper, of course. It is 208 pages, and you can see what I was talking about, the tabs and all that. They actually did a really good job of kind of blending their color scheme with the Pathfinder color scheme now that I'm looking at this. So as you can see, the books are the same size as far as, you know, they fit right on top of each other. So now if you compare it to the Pathfinder core rule book, you can see that it's a little shorter, and obviously it's much smaller, and of course it's not nearly as thick. It's actually a little bit more on comparison to the trade paperback pocket edition of the core rule book. It's obviously taller, but it's almost as wide. It's a little bit wider, by just a little bit. And of course it's obviously a lot taller, but again, not nearly as many rules. All right, and as I mentioned, more just to show it off, besides that, here's Monster Hunter International, which is a paperback, again around $40, 254 pages, full color. One thing that gets me on this though, probably because it's a softback, but the core rule book is just a little bit taller, and the Monster Hunter book is just, when you line it up, is just a little bit, you know, barely like 1/8 of an inch. But it's just enough to kind of set off my LCD. But I bet that's mainly just because it's a softback compared to a hardback. All right, so now we're going to open up some of this stuff. I have switched box opening devices. My original Cold Steel Tie-Light straight edge with actual titanium panels on it. All right, the quick chase deck. Open this guy up. Now, as I mentioned, I've only played Savage Worlds online, and I actually haven't really geeked out on it as much as like Pathfinder. I really haven't read up a lot on mechanics and power builds and things like that. I've just kind of been enjoying being just a straight up player. And it's got a nice little spacer in it to keep the cards from sliding around. All right, now the cards themselves, they're not shrink wrapped in the box. A narrative chase deck, looks like a little instruction booklet on how to use these cards, which is also all full color. And then here's, again, they're like poker cards. They've got your standard suits and numbers up there. And just kind of, I don't think I've really done a chase. We've had some chases, but I don't think we've actually broke out the a chase deck like this. The GM might just do it behind the scenes. Complication, all your actions this turn suffer a additional -2 penalty. Pick them off. Chase +0. Your first trait roll this turn. Your first trait roll this turn automatically succeeds with a single raise. Draw 2 chase cards and add them to your hand. Okay, so that's the chase deck. And on the back has Marisol being all cool. Next one is status cards. This one does not have a little instruction booklet. So wounded, shaken, fatigued, distracted, vulnerable, entangled, bound, stunned, hold, aim, defend. And it's all got the same back. Subtract 1 from all trait rolls and pace. See, what's nice is I can use these online too. I can always just set them on my desk as reminders for what's going on. Because we, in Roll20, got those little icons that you put on, and it's easy to forget what they mean. So that's the shaken deck, the status cards. Power cards, like I said, this is one I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how they've done spells. Power cards, same as the box. I guess they're all, so far they've all had the same art as on the box. Power modifiers, arcane protection, baleful polymorph, banish, barrier, blast. I'm sure they have, oh wow, there's no fireball. Maybe that's blast? Blast launches a ball of explosive energy or matter. The area of effect is a medium blast template. Every target within suffers 2d6 damage or 3d6 with a raise. Area of effect, damage, greater blast, power points 3, range, smarts ×2, duration it says instant, school's evocation, seasoned, I'm not sure what that means, that there says novice. Oh, that's your ranks, right? So Savage Worlds, you don't really level. It's not like I'm a level 3 monster hunter. I'm a, what are we? I know we're not novice. Maybe seasoned is like that kind of mid-tier. There's novice, seasoned, veteran, and there's probably like expert or something at the very top. Heroic. Okay, so those are the spells, and it's interesting. So healing, like just straight up healing. Greater healing, crippling injuries, mass healing, neutralize poison or disease. So it's kind of a catch-all, kind of does all the healing. Illusion, intangibility, invisibility. Interesting. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Pathfinder translates to Savage Worlds. I was kind of surprised when the Kickstarter came out. I was like, that's a weird combo. Now these are the action cards. Like I said, this is the, so far, the initiative deck. I'm not sure if it's used for anything else. You'd think they would call it the initiative deck, but since it's called the action deck, they are used to determine your initiative. Okay, maybe. The box kind of indicates that's all you do. Unlike the others, this one is shrink wrapped. So the back of these matches the... No, it is different. Now this one's different. See? This one has a different back on it, different art. And that's cool. It's the suit and then just Paizo characters and NPCs, which is actually really cool. And I like that they're big. That way, using them at the table, because of course online, it's just over on the side of your screen. I'll show some screenshots as I'm mentioning online. Put your name and all that. It's like any other initiative tracker. But this will be nice when you actually lay them out or you give them to the players. I guess you shuffle it and deal it out, and then they would be like, hey, I'm the ace of clubs, compared to, I'm a 3 of diamonds. The jokers, there's the 2 jokers. I like how that's kind of like a Joker, Harley Quinn-esque druid, I guess. I don't know. So, very cool cards. I like those. Heck, just playing cards with those would be fun. Playing some blackjack or something. The Joker gives you extra stuff. You can choose when to go in the initiative. You get... The player at least gets a extra Benny, I think, when they pull a Joker. And I think there's another benefit too. The archetype cards, set 1. I do know that there's set 2, maybe even, there might even be 3 or 4 by now. Okay, yeah, so that's just kind of like here. So yeah, that's exactly what these are. These are, here's the Iconics, Lim, the Bard, Kyra the Cleric, Ezrin, the Druid, the Ranger, Seone, the Monk, the Paladin, the Companion, Barbarian. Okay, and then here they are. See, there's the Seasoned. Okay, so yeah, these are the Iconics, i.e. the pre-gens. So that'll be nice. When I do run this, I can just throw these out and be like, you guys know them, you love them, they're the Iconics. Makes it very easy to get going on that. So that'll be cool for my Pathfinder friends. I've been curious to see how the characters work. Ancestries, hindrances, edges. Interesting stuff. I don't know how much of that you can see, but yeah. I will probably do... I always say this. I always do these unboxing videos, and I'm always like, I'll do a playthrough video, or I'll do a more in-depth review later, and I never do. This one I do want to do a better review, getting into the rules. Maybe I'll make a character, you know, to see how that works. So this is where... I'm kind of surprised this didn't come in its own little box like the others. I mean, it came with a box, but it's like doesn't match the others. So again, kind of setting off that OCD. But I do want to do a little comparison between this and actual Pathfinder. I have a lot of experience with Pathfinder, so that side of it's easy. So hopefully I can do, for people like me who are on the fence of, do I want to get that? You know, is it going to be worth it? I think it will. It looks like it'll give a different spin on the game from what I've done in my MHI game. There's some things I'm really curious to see, especially like spells, how it plays, and especially how it runs for the GM. That is the very impressive Pathfinder role-playing game for Savage Worlds Adventure Edition Ultimate Box Set from Pinnacle Entertainment. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Keep your eyes peeled. I really hope that I will do some follow-up videos to this. If you've been playing this and have some tips or things you like about it, or some hang-ups I might run into that you're aware of, let me know down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time. Thanks.